The environment we live in has many actions happening all at once. The biogeochemical cycle is one of those. It is when any of the natural pathways that are essential elements of living matter is circulated, meaning the nutrients and chemical elements of major ecosystems are recycled continuously for them to survive. Biogeochemical cycles are divided into two types: the gaseous, which include the carbon, oxygen, nitrogen, and water cycles, and the sedimentary cycles, which are the sulfur, phosphorus, and rock cycles. Each have their own importance in how the environment is able to sustain and give life. So the sedimentary cycles are crucial for the functioning of ecosystems. This cycle is powered by the geological forces, such as the weathering, erosion, and biological activities, like the uptake of plants and animals, and decomposition. This cycle is important because they facilitate the circulation of elements, like phosphorus, iron, and sulfur from the Earth's crust. Some elements that are vital for every living organism are calcium and phosphorus. These two alone play a major role in the metabolic processes of organisms. Humans are not the only problem here. The invasive species also pose a threat. Most notably are the animals that burrow into the earth. Multiple burrows across a vast area have the potential to generate more substantial changes to landforms and erosion rates over longer periods of time. And when they are finally removed, they leave behind the soils they have burrowed, which cause a multitude of problems, like the modifying of chemistry of the surrounding water and sediment, which in turn can influence the susceptibility of erosion. What can we do about it? As with a human-related problem, we can always try to push less mining of resources. As with invasive species, the main reason they could even come to a non-native place is when humans accidentally burn them. In the end, what we can do is to try and create a better future with everyone's help.
Let's talk about the anthropogenic effects on the sedimentary cycle and the phosphorus cycle. Anthropogenic activities have altered both the sedimentary cycle and the phosphorus cycle, leading to various environmental impacts such as habitat destruction, water pollution, and disruption to ecosystem functioning. Human activities encompassing a spectrum from deforestation and agriculture to urbanization and mining wield significant influence on the delicate balance of sedimentary dynamics and phosphorus cycling within ecosystems. Construction projects, particularly those involving large-scale infrastructures like dams and roads, can disturb sedimentary deposits and alter natural sediment transport processes. Additionally, industrial activities such as mining and manufacturing can release phosphorus-containing compounds into the environment, contaminating soils and water bodies. Discharge of untreated or poorly treated sewage into water bodies can introduce high levels of phosphorus, contributing to the eutrophication and water quality degradation. Deforestation and conversion of natural habitats from agriculture or urban development can disrupt phosphorus cycling in ecosystems, altering nutrients availability and contributing to nutrient imbalances. This results in the transportation of sedimentary material from land to water bodies, altering sedimentation patterns and impacting aquatic ecosystems. Mining activities also disturb the Earth's surface, exposing new sediment layers and releasing various minerals and metals into the environment. These can lead to sediment pollution in nearby water bodies and affecting aquatic life and water quality.
Nature is a complex web of interactions where each organism plays a role in maintaining the balance. Two crucial cycles in this web are the sedimentary cycle and the phosphorus cycle. But what happens when invasive species disrupt these cycles? Invasive species are organisms that are introduced, either accidentally or intentionally, to a new environment. They often lack natural predators, allowing them to multiply and spread rapidly. This uncontrolled growth can have significant consequences for local ecosystems, particularly in terms of sedimentary and phosphorus cycle. The sedimentary cycle involves the weathering of rocks, transportation of minerals to water, and deposition in various locations. Invasive plant species can alter this cycle in several ways. For example, they might increase erosion by destabilizing soil, or conversely, reduce erosion by forming dense root systems that choke out the native plants. When erosion rate change, it impacts not only the landscape, but the aquatic environment downstream. Sediments can smother fish habitats, and the loss of topsoil reduces the nutrients content available for native vegetation. This disruption can lead to a cascade of ecological consequences. Now, let's examine the phosphorus cycle, which involves the movement of phosphorus through rock, soil, water, and living organisms. Phosphorus is a key nutrient for plant growth, but it's typically a limiting factor in many ecosystems. Invasive species can alter the phosphorus cycle in surprising ways. Invasive aquatic plants and algae can cause nutrient imbalances by absorbing large amounts of phosphorus from the environment. This can lead to algae blooms and dead zones, where oxygen levels drop and aquatic life struggles to survive. On land, invasive plants may sequester phosphorus, making it unavailable to native plants, thereby altering the natural nutrient distribution. The disruption caused by invasive species in both sedimentary and phosphorus cycle is a significant challenge for conservation efforts. It can change landscape, harm native wildlife, and degrade water quality. Addressing these issues requires coordinated efforts, including habitat restoration, invasive species management, and public education. By understanding the impact of invasive species on these cycles, we can take steps to restore balance and protect our ecosystems for future generations. Together, we can make difference and ensure that our natural cycles continue to thrive in a healthy and balanced ecosystem.
The study of changes in cellular phenotype or gene expression that do not result from modification to underlying DNA sequence is known as epigenetics. Numerous factors including lifestyle decisions, developmental stages, and environmental exposures can impact these alterations. The development, well-being, and vulnerability to an illness of an organism can all be significantly impacted by epigenetic modification. In processes like cell differentiation, embryonic development, and reactions to external stimuli, they are the essentials. Furthermore, epigenetic can change the potential to be heritable, which means they can be transmitted from the generation to the next, which means they may affect the characteristics and general well-being of the progeny. Comprehending the mechanisms of epigenetics hold noteworthy consequences for domains including veterinary care, agricultural and environmental research. It offers possible paths for therapeutic interventions and diseases prevention methods, as well as insights into the causes of diseases like cancer, diabetes, and neurological disorders. Additionally, epigenetics can be affected by properties of livestock, crops, and agriculture, providing potential to increase yields and resistance to environmental challenges.